Okay, so I've just left Dad's house. Let's go see if I can catch anything, shall we? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I hate this. I'm not even there and I fucking hate it. Shut up. Right, so the plan is I'm going to walk around and go to the church, and I'm going to walk around the church and tell you a bit of history of the church. I did some research, just a tiny bit of research earlier, and yeah, so let's go. I've got my flashlight on because it is fucking dark and there's so many noises. Oh my god, right. So we're gonna go. Right, so we're gonna go over there. Gonna cross there. This is red, so let's cross now. We're just going over there. Now, interesting fact about Sainsbury's car park was that hundreds of years ago, when the plague was a thing, they would bury all of the bodies. So there are hundreds of plague-ridden bodies under Sainsbury's car park, which is actually a well-known fact. So that's fun. Fucking spooky at night, I tell ya. Morning. Obviously there's loads of traffic because it's only 9:30. And you know what people are like, fucking druggies. But you know, it's Yarmouth, isn't it, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if I saw you-know-who out here, actually. I tell you what, though, I wish I brought some bloody gloves. It's freezing. Blimey. I'm just going to walk around the church, pan my camera around. I hope I don't tread on any graves, and if I do, my complete respect and condolences, of course, and my apologies. Oh dear. Now, interesting fact about the church is that multiple reports dating all the way back until the 30s, there've been multiple reports of people praying and then hearing a distant wailing in the distance whilst in the church. When investigated, no one else was around to hear the wailing. So, yeah, I am shitting myself. In the words of Danny Dyer, what have I got myself into? No, but my hands are freezing cold. Okay, there are a couple of lights around the church. Okay, so here it is, in all its spookiness glory. Now, I think, I'm not too sure on this, don't quote me, I think in the 40s this church was bombed, unfortunately, and so they had to rebuild it, and so most of this isn't the original church. Now let's just see if I can find where they close it. Churchyard has been hosted. Here we are. A warm welcome to the Great Yarmouth Minster. This churchyard has been a sacred site and holy place for over 900 years. Open daily. Please enjoy the green space considerately. There we go. Does it tell you when they close it? No. Oh, here we are. Yes. This graveyard has a particular history in body snatching. In the 1800s, there was a market for bodies due to the recent, back then, the recent advances in science. And so thanks to grave diggers and body snatchers, is what they were called, we now know a lot about our bodies. So in 1827, Thomas Vaughan snatched at least 10 recently buried bodies from this churchyard, sent them to London and sold them to surgeons to dissect. Yarmouth has a fascinating history. There's the flag in all its holy glory. Okay. I don't know if you heard that, but I just heard. Oh, Jesus. Maybe jump. I'm not going. Was that you just coughing? No, I didn't think so. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. Okay, so that was a guy. I'm staying slightly sceptical here, but guy just passed, and so that explains the coughing I just heard. But yes, I come here completely respectfully. I think these are children. I don't know, but it's, or maybe they're ones from World War II. That's fucking creepy. I don't know if you heard that, but that's probably just some lady in a pub. You probably can't see too much. Just gonna pan around for a bit. Just see if you can notice anything. Now, not gonna lie, I can hear sort of rattling from that door over there. I don't know if it's mice or a trapped bird or something, but all I can hear is constant rattling, as if someone's trying to open the door, only that door is sealed. This, of course, is the new entrance to the church. I'm going to take you to the exterior of the church. Well, I'm not taking you, but take the camera to the exterior, and I'll tell you a funny story, actually. I'm going to go around the church first, and just tell me if you spot anything funky. Now, I don't know what it is. Oh, here we are. 1207, erected when a merchants' guild was established. Site of the Guildhall, 1544, rebuilt. In 1723, demolished, and a new Guildhall erected. In 1849, demolished, used as a borough council chamber until 1835. Bit of history. Now, again, I don't know what it is, but when you're on the exterior of the graveyard, you feel fine, you feel safe, even when there's just a wall. But when I'm inside it, I get this uneasy feeling as if something is there with me. Now, I don't know if that's just paranormal, and I'm putting this down to paranoia. But it's probably due to the paranoia of me expecting to see something or expecting to get jumped or something. I'm putting it down to paranoia. But any time I step in there, I get this constant this overwhelming feeling that there is something indeed watching me. Now, as we go to the side here, you'll see a lot of trees and bushes. But I was walking along here one Halloween night, and I don't know if it was someone with a really good costume, or I don't know, but me and my brother were walking down here, and it was Halloween night, about 9:30, 10:30, around that, and we just saw these two bright glowing figures. Well, I don't know about him, I saw these two bright glowing figures, and it looked to be from there. As you can see, there's a light over there, but that is just a reflection off of a sign. It's always good to keep skeptical and not chuck the slightest of things to be a ghoul, because not everything is a spirit. And I probably look like a crackhead, but you know, who cares? But yes, very spooky do. Yarmouth has had a huge history with, as I was saying earlier, huge history of body snatching. In fact, actually, aside from the body snatching, that building over there has been reported to be haunted. Since working in the kitchens in the early 2000s, there have been reports of knives being thrown at the staff and people hearing other people's voices while they're not maybe at work or on duty, and amongst other things. Now, another more disturbing thing is that in Yarmouth, I think it was the 1800s, there was a serial killer who would wait down one of these rows, because that's what they were called back then, they were called rows. He would wait down one of these rows, and he would kill people. He would murder them. It's undisclosed how. He most likely knocked them out, or just slit their throats right there and then. Think of it as Yarmouth's own Jack the Ripper, if you will. You can't see much, for which I apologise, but yeah, I don't know if I can get to the other side. No, it's a full stop. But yes, there have been many reports of figures standing and watching passers-by as they leave, or as they're walking into the graveyard, or as they're even walking past down this route here. Many reports of people just staring at them, which is very, very creepy if you ask me. Now earlier, as I said, it's very easy to chalk things up to the paranormal. That's why with investigating, not that's what I'm doing, I'm just doing this for fun, but when you're investigating, always keep an open mind. Because I thought that cough was a ghoul, though it was later debunked to be somebody crossing through. No pun intended. However, I did, and nobody works at the church past 8, and it's currently 9:30. But yes, I was looking at one of the doors, and all I could hear was this rattling, as if somebody was trying to escape. Sorry. And yeah, that freaked me out. Yarmouth has had a history, a famous history actually, not famous, but sort of a urban legend of sorts. Yeah, serial killers in the, oh, here we are, it's another piece of history. Pause if you want to read. Christian mystic Majori Kempe, 1373 until 1438, prayed in St. Nicholas Church before leaving on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Wrote the first autobiography in English. That's a little bit of history there. Yeah, if you look around Yarmouth, you will find a lot of little history tidbits and what-how, such as if you look down there, there you are, if you look down there, where they're building the new sort of mini market sort of thing, you will find little, well, not little actually, sort of these mini billboards full of information and facts about Yarmouth, and the same thing could be said for Palmer's down there. There's a short history of the entrepreneur who bought Palmer's and who has now left. Now, this is a short video, but the last location I'll be going is through that alleyway. I don't know if you can see that. Very spooky. I hate doing this alone, I tell you. But what can you do? I won't be going down the alleyway, but I'll just be poking my head around it. Now, many houses in Yarmouth, because they are so old, have been haunted. However, some, again, are just homeless people living in them. For instance, this one time, me and my brothers were going into this abandoned house. And I was in there. I was in front. And out of nowhere, I just see this head pop down. So say the stairs are here. You walk in, stairs are there. There's a gap there. The head was poking here, and it was just looking. So I told them, let's go. And as soon as we left, we saw someone come out of the house. And bearing in mind, I think he was a junkie or something, because the house was pretty decrepit. In fact, it looked abandoned. It probably wasn't abandoned. They were probably just keeping it in such a crap state because they were junkies. However, there was a small chance it was abandoned. Now, that's just waiting for a bus to go by. That concludes my sort of miniature tour of the Great Yarmouth Graveyard until I can find more volunteers to go with me. Now, I know that sounds sort of pathetic, but late at night, again, multiple cars, late at night, there are homeless people, druggies, who will attack you if you go near them due to the heightened state and misemotions because they are on drugs or they're just angry. So that's why I prefer not to go in there alone. I will be making another couple of videos as soon as I get a couple of people, maybe some friends, who are into sort of ghosts and stuff to go with me. Now, I will be going through this video frame by frame, just to see if I can, probably didn't, but just to see if I can catch the odd ghouling figure. And there is my stop. Well, actually, before we go, I'll just give you a quick tour. So earlier, as I said, I was talking about the buried bodies. During the Black Plague in the 1820s, I think it was. Well, in the second decade of some century, there was another breakout of the plague. Now, they didn't know, they had no idea where to put these bodies. So, and Sainsbury's wasn't here then, obviously. So they just dug them as deep as they could and buried them. And so this is actually being built. This is a burial site. This is actually being built over hundreds and hundreds of bodies. So it's actually crazy how no one, or not many people, have reported seeing. Oh, jeez. Have reported seeing ghostly figures. Oh my god, dude. So yeah, sorry about that. I just had to pause. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just had to pause as some man gave me a terrible fright. So yes, over here is where they buried the bodies. And this, actually, another piece of history, is a wall that is over 500 years of age. Not as old as your nan. No. But yes, this wall goes across Yarmouth. I think it was part of sort of base for a war hundreds of years ago, and even today the architecture is beautiful. I mean, this is what it looks like now, all those years later. Imagine what it was in its prime. It must have looked absolutely beautiful, stunning even. I would do anything to go back in time and just see the beauty of how everything was so natural back then. Blimey, I'll tell you, I had to pause the video for a bit because some man just came out of nowhere and I bloody shit myself. I'm not proud to say it, but... anyway. I'll quickly show you the entrance of this part of the graveyard. And then I'll be on my way. Now, this one time, I was walking down here, and I'll pan across, just see if you can pick up anything. This one time, I was walking down here with some friends, and he noticed something. We were walking down there, where straight, and he noticed something. He said, because there was an outline of what looked to be a man crouching, but not sliding, but sort of rocking from side to side whilst crouching. And so we had to book it because it looked as though he was coming closer, and we all shat ourselves. We're a bunch of pussies. But yes, Yarmouth is full of incredible and beautiful history. It's a shame it's such a shithole now. Anyway, that concludes this. Obviously, once I've got a few more people, I will happily go back in there and go further. It's just, I'm not getting bumfucked by a ghost because I went alone. Respectfully. Yeah. Byron out.